If I told you that the CIA created Pokemon Go, would you believe me? Well, Patrick CC is going to break down just how real this conspiracy might be. What it do, baby?
This is why the CIA created Pokemon Go.
Most people don't know that the founder of Pokemon Go, John Hanke, received funding from InQtel, which is the venture capital firm created by the CIA.
What?
And while you and your friends were walking around your city...
Wait. CIA really did create the... Wait, no.
Capital firm.
Wait.
Venture capital firm created by the CIA.
Wait. The CIA. Hold on. Wait, I need to...
Created by the CIA.
That look like more than just that.
I mean, obviously.
But I'm saying these are all companies created, funded by the, you know what I'm saying?
And while you and your friends were walking around your city, scanning the earth to catch your favorite Pokemon, the game's developer, Niantic Incorporated, was collecting all that data and using it to build advanced 3D maps to facilitate military attacks on...
How?
WTF?
Patrick.
Because it could easily be hidden behind the game.
But okay.
Because you gotta realize the game is scanning your surroundings.
You gotta understand. Okay, what I'm about to say sounds insane and possibly insensitive. I need you to stick with me. They wasn't playing Pokemon Go.
Who? Nigga, anybody with a phone was playing Pokemon. Do you know how big Pokemon was?
No, you're not hearing me.
No.
I know how. I know how big Pokemon Go. Nigga, they wasn't. If you in war torn.
No.
Know what I'm saying?
No. Wait, you're not hearing me.
Okay.
It don't have to. You thinking about people that was in conflict. These niggas were preparing for niggas they wasn't in conflict with.
Oh yeah, that is kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Because if you think about like, for example, as far as I know, India not in no conflict. But if you think about how big of a market Indian YouTube or apps or these like that Galena Free Fire, that mobile game, huge. Not in the US. I don't know where the fuck they playing that at.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying? But Pokemon would be everywhere.
Yeah, you're right.
Everywhere.
Third world countries. You see, Pokemon Go was created by the same guy who essentially created Google Earth.
What?
John Hanke was the co-founder of Keyhole, which developed a 3D digital mapping program called Earth Viewer. Keyhole's Earth Viewer 3D client application uses video game-like 3D graphics and access to massive databases of network...
This how you know it. Oh, this the best quality you gonna get off that DVD.
Hosted Earth information, including satellite imagery and aerial photography, to produce an interactive digital model of the Earth. The product was unlike anything anyone had ever seen before in the early 2000s, but it was unclear what its use case would be, and therefore Keyhole was bleeding money. Every few months for years, John would find himself scrambling to raise money from Silicon Valley investors to keep the lights on. That was until InQtel saved his company from going under.
Then we got our really a lifeline from a kind of unusual source. InQtel was this new little venture capital firm that was basically a government VC firm with money from the intelligence community. So
it's just known. Known these niggas just out here.
Wait.
These niggas funding shit like fucking they funded Snowfall. My nigga in Snowfall.
This is
crazy.
that was one of the few funds in the valley that was doing real business, and they were making a lot of investments at the time. This was in the kind of
InQtel. I'm saying, I know
what you need us to do.
I know y'all are looking for ways to invest in this creator market.
Right.
I'm saying, and I know you're looking for ways to invest in the black creator market. You know what I'm saying? And you need creators in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? The big dogs already got their money. You know what I'm saying? You can't invest in the continent.
Believe in my boy.
Believe in us. Okay? He'll get down on that motherfucker for you.
Hey, whatever you tell me to do, hey, we can work something out. Where's the new big salami? How much funding we talking?
Post 9/11 security ramp up period. And so they found out about our technology and invested a few $1 million in the company.
Thanks to In-Q-Tel's funding, Keyhole was supplying technology to troops in Iraq and the Pentagon, and they ultimately became a profitable company due to the massive amount of government contracts rolling in. Shortly after, Keyhole was acquired by Google in 2004, and they turned this technology into what we now know as Google Earth. After Google's acquisition,
you know what's crazy? On Google Earth, there's things called black zones. I think I might be using the word correctly, but it looks like something's there. But it like on the map it shows nothing, right?
It's just blacked out.
No, it's not blacked out. Like it'll show nothing. It'll show nothing on the map. But if you go to that place,
it's something there.
It's something there.
I mean, yeah,
and those are like usually like government facilities, stuff like that.
Stuff they don't want you to easily look up.
Hanke became the vice president of product management for the company's Geo division, where he oversaw products like Google Earth and Maps. Google Earth was revolutionary because it gave everyone access to detailed satellite imagery.
And all this led to fucking GeoGuessr, man. This shit crazy.
Bro, we're screwed. We're screwed. Like when you think about how much data information they have on you, we're so screwed.
We've been screwed since the dawn of this shit.
Bro,
they started cracking the code in like 99 to 2000.
Bro, we gotta get rich. Gotta get rich. The only way to
y'all see them fucking crazy eyes he had.
The only way we can combat, you know what I'm saying, this is being rich. Because if we nothing,
even then they still take care of what they want to.
You're right.
You gotta be rich and unknown.
Guys, I'm going to disappear in the plane accident.
Nearly the entire planet from a home computer. You could explore.
It's snow there. I still can't get over that. It's snow there. It makes sense because this motherfucker huge, all desert. It would make sense that it's snow somewhere down there.
Yeah, because it's closer to the South Pole.
Yeah.
You could explore unfamiliar.
That motherfucker big. Fuck.
Actually, and it makes a lot more sense. Look, this about New York. Yeah.
Nah, this all desert, twin. This is the fucking Sahara.
The north of it.
Of nearly the entire planet.
Like the edge. I'm pretty sure it's snow there.
It could, it could snow there. Yeah, because that's closer to Europe and shit.
Yeah.
But that's the fucking desert. That shit is the fucking. But look how big this fucking continent is.
It's ginormous.
Holy shit!
From a home computer. You could explore unfamiliar cities, inspect neighborhoods before moving, and plan trips, but they quickly realized it was far more powerful than that. Humanitarian organizations began using it to coordinate disaster relief. Scientists monitored deforestation and climate change. Archaeologists used it to discover previously unknown ruins. Journalists investigated war zones, and governments used it because it was better than anything they had access to.
The product ended up being used in ways that we never anticipated. I guess I'll just say it that way.
If you invent something good, people gonna find a way to, you know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate that there's gonna be horrible ways that people use things.
I hate the
but it's such a good product that, you know, what?
Oh, I wish we were inventors.
You can be. You can invent whatever you want.
I don't have, there's nothing,
you know,
there's no product out there that I can see myself inventing. Like, for example, I've always wanted to create a camera, right? Like that's an OG dream.
Right.
I'm not doing that shit. like looking at the logistics of this shit.
You gotta start small, man. You know what I'm saying?
But and it's like, what is
these Shark Tankers?
Bro, I'll be thinking about like what's missing in my life, right? What's a invention that's missing in my life? And I can't really think of any.
It's not in the cars then. Fuck it.
When Katrina happened in New Orleans, the Coast Guard was using Google Earth and Craigslist to basically find where people were trapped and send helicopters in to rescue them.
Well, I didn't know that.
Kind of crazy. You would think, well, the government, they've got lots of sophisticated software, but as it turns out, web software that's available that already has the data in it, it's ready, easy to use. A breakthrough, really.
But after working for 6 years inside Google's corporate ecosystem, Hanke wanted the freedom to combine everything he'd learned about digital maps and augmented reality to create a video game. Now, if you ask me, that seems like a crazy career change.
Yeah.
Technically, the foundation of John's Earth Viewer product started in college while working with his classmates on an open world video game idea.
Bro, everything come back to gaming. It all comes, nigga. We got fucking Google Maps. Google Earth,
from gaming.
Because this nigga wanted to make some gaming shit.
Yeah.
In the 90s.
Yeah.
That shit crazy.
The technology.
And then he spun back and made a game that was big as hell with one of the biggest franchises ever.
Had much more potential, and it did. So after changing the world with his vision, creating a CIA-funded startup for military operations, and then getting acquired by a tech giant, going back to being a video game developer seems like a massive career and lifestyle change. That is, unless it was part of a larger plan.
Like
Google actually did not want John Hanke to leave the company. For whatever reason, they felt that his video game idea might become valuable to them in the future. So they convinced him to create Niantic Labs as an autonomous unit inside of.
Bro, why is it so creepy in here?
Oh! InternetCity.store! New merch! Rated R for autism! Join the cult! Join the recruit!
Okay, I think he's just retarded.
It's the autism in me! Go to InternetCity.store! Wait.
All right, so he's super retarded, but new merch is out. Autism worldwide, rated R for autism. New merch, new era, new boys, new city boys. Hey man,
Just go. Huh?
Take the hat off.
No.
Take the hat off.
Go to the store, bro. Get the merch. See ya.
Bro, these niggas are ahead of the fucking curve. Who is these niggas at the top of Google? These niggas are brilliant.
These niggas bought the map shit. These niggas bought YouTube. They already created the #1 search engine on the fucking planet. And they said, whoa. We don't want to make a game, but you was a good nigga. And you want to make a game. So I think we should help you fund that game. You should create a separate division for that game. That's some forward thinking shit right there.
Nah, that's crazy.
This nigga's so valuable.
Yeah, no,
They created a fucking shit for him to have. That's crazy.
Basically, they gave him the freedom of creating a startup, but using all of Google's resources inside of Google's walls. If it failed, Google would get their employee back, and if it succeeded, then Google could be an early investor or part owner.
It was a win-win.
Yeah,
we don't want you to leave,
Yeah,
so
it's a huge win-win. Yeah.
either we keep you because you failed, or we ride the success with you.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
That nigga, they believed in him that much.
Well, I mean, look what he did. Yeah.
A major video game innovation? Niantic's first major product was an app called Field Trip, a virtual tour guide that analyzed the user's location, provided suggestions for nearby landmarks to visit, and offered information about the area. It wasn't much of a game, but it laid the foundation for their next big project called Ingress. Launched in 2012, Ingress was an augmented reality mobile game that prompts users to explore their neighborhoods and locate portals at nearby landmarks.
I'm not gonna lie, that first one, I know he's not the only one that probably made something like that at this point. But that first one would be very useful for us right now. Like when we go places, it just needs to have a lot of the underground shits.
Yeah.
Like it needs to have a lot of like user submitted, like this is like one of them ones type places. Because most of the time when you go places, those surface level tourist spots is kind of like,
Yeah, I think the only hard part is the user submitted ones you have to be careful with, because in certain countries it can be dangerous and
yeah.
This was quite literally the same idea as Pokemon Go. Those who played it were intoxicated by the addictive gameplay loop, although it failed to pull in a large player base even years after its release. Luckily for Niantic, one of the game's players would prove to be an invaluable asset with direct ties to the Pokemon Company. A Japanese Google Maps engineer named Tatsuo Nomura pitched the idea of placing Pokemon inside of Google Maps as an April Fool's joke. He traveled to Japan and got direct permission from the Pokemon Company to implement the feature. John Hanke asked Nomura to show the Pokemon Company's executive board the Ingress game. Little did they know that the president of the Pokemon Company was already a massive fan of the game. And
fucking
coincidence. Bro, perfect. Hey, is there any president of any company watching this channel? Please! Is there any multi-millionaire, billionaire that watches this channel? You know what I'm saying? like DM us, bro.
I'm not even gonna do that weird. I'm gonna just,
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
just DM us, bro. Like,
Let's make it work, man. We bout that action. As you can see, my boy here, he got all the creative endeavors
Get in the car. Get in the car and drive your ass on to fucking Timbuktu, because I need you to be better. Sit down. Sit down.
What did I do?
Sit down, man.
I didn't do what I wanted. I was gonna do something else at first. I was very tame.
Please,
that was
bro.
very tame.
Please, man.
I didn't even do nothing.
Please. You being weird.
I didn't do anything.
You just a weirdo.
What did I do?
You exist.
Wow.
Come on, man. We gotta. You fucking up, bro. You keep fucking up these future endeavors and businesses.
So you can beg, but when I beg harder, it's a problem.
I wasn't really begging.
Then what the fuck was that then?
I was pleading.
Man, that's crazy.
Because of this, Niantic was able to secure a partnership with Nintendo and create Pokemon Go. They launched the game on July 6, 2016, but they never could have...
That was
2016 was a year.
10 years ago. 10 years ago.
Oh my, I was watching a video, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they was just talking about 2016 in the NBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, 2016 was just that year and a lot of things, music
So
and da-da-da.
What was the thing in 2016 in the NBA?
Nigga, the Warriors were 73-9. Fucking the finals, it was a bunch of I think that was the
was that LeBron's third ring?
that was a 3-1 comeback, yes.
Okay.
The 3-1 comeback, 73-9 Warriors.
Damn.
I think that was the Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon dunk contest. Like, it was a lot of NBA shit, and then they was like, yeah, it was a lot of. He was like, come to think of it, was a lot of like other shit in the world too. Nigga, Pokemon Go was 2016.
Yeah, and
that was
also that's our real like first try. Like after Bormont, 2016 was the first time like we were like, all right, let's try this content shit for real.
Okay.
No, it was. I went back. I looked at the content. That's the year.
What was we making?
Nigga, we was doing a little bit of Bormont. This is right as Bormont started. It started and was fizzling out at the same time. Mm-hmm. Right? We did the comic book channel that we will not name. Okay.
Right.
We got that.
Why not? It don't exist.
It do.
It's on.
Yeah. I privated everything though, but the channel still exists.
Why you privated it, bro?
Fuck no, bro.
Why you privated? Hold on. Oh shit.
Yeah, that bitch still up.
Oh shit.
We definitely, for sure not shouting it out.
Oh shit. What is this? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's Devon Terrell. It was a real. Oh, I can't show it. Oh shit, that's
but
crazy.
It was that. It was everything. That's when like the music videos really was. You were like, yeah, I'm doing music video. Like that's when it all really started.
That's when I moved back in with my parents. That because 2017 was the down year. So 2016 was
That's when I got my apartment. Yeah, bro, it was.
Good time.
Anticipated the chaos that would come next. In just 2 months after its release, the app was downloaded over 500 million times and an estimated 21 million players logged in every single day on average. Not only had it surpassed the success of mobile games like Candy Crush or Clash Royale, but it was pulling in more engagement than websites like Twitter and Facebook.
I don't think they've had a game that big. I don't think there's been a game that big since
a mobile game?
Yeah.
I mean, Clash Royale had a comeback.
Was it that big?
I think the longevity of it is probably, I would assume
25 million daily, almost 25 million daily.
No, not that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think the daily, but I think I would assume based on how niggas is, they've meme Clash, niggas like Jinxie are actually playing Clash. I would assume
we Clash!
The longevity of Clash would mean it's done something. I don't know how big it's gotten, but
I think you.
But a peak, I don't think
because you also got to think about like games like World of Warcraft, CS:GO. These games have been around a lot longer and have. The question is, do they have larger active player bases?
Are we talking about peaks or are we talking about?
I'm talking about peaks.
Yeah. I don't think peaks have been.
Yeah, that's why I don't think like them coming back, I don't think they reached that. I don't think
Crush or Clash Royale, but it was pulling in more engagement than websites like Twitter and Facebook. The concept was simple. You walked around your neighborhood and searched for virtual Pokemon.
I remember doing
when you
it
found
too.
one,
That's
the
the
game
crazy
used
part.
your phone's camera to make it look like the Pokemon was right in front of you, and you used Pokeballs to catch them and add them to your collection. The game incentivized users to explore the world around them, offering various digital Pokestops at notable locations or landmarks. These Pokestops served as a hub to collect in-game items and use special lures to attract more Pokemon. This also included Pokemon gyms. Players selected from one of 3 teams and would compete with rival Pokemon hunters to control areas to earn Pokecoins and buy upgrades. Pokemon Go wasn't just another mobile video game. It transformed your local neighborhood into a fantasy world. This is why it became a cultural phenomenon almost instantly. Public parks were overflowing with players searching for rare Pokemon. Restaurants and stores used nearby Pokestops to advertise their businesses, and content creators were racking up millions of views just by playing the game. The game skyrocketed.
Bro, what the fuck we gotta do?
We gotta find our thing, bro. We gotta find our thing, bro. We gotta find our thing.
I be doing research, y'all. Cause obviously we gotta do research for shit we react to. Shit we might, hell, whether it was gaming or reaction or ghost hunting, Like, I be seeing these niggas, like the Alley A's and these other, even the old I'm like, God damn, man. Sheesh. We gotta stop saying nigga.
Yeah, I think we do.
What we gotta do?
I think we actually do.
Jesus Christ. Like earlier, I was looking up, cause like I said, I'm about to play some of these single player games for the first time. And I was looking up Batman Arkham Origins and God of War and stuff like that. And I'm seeing, nigga, Jacksepticeye.
Bro, I just said we gotta stop saying the N-word. You still saying it?
It's too late for all that. Right in this video, Jacksepticeye, look him up. Look, nigga.
He's huge. I know how big Jack is.
I know, we know he's huge, but what he was doing with just God of War
is crazy.
Is crazy.
It's crazy.
It's nuts. It's fucking 26, 4, 20, like he had, boy.
You know
I'm like, yo.
You know what I just realized? Cause I was sitting on it.
I'm sorry, side tangent, y'all.
I think
it's cause we saw the Alley A.
Content creator.
And it's on his second channel, nigga.
Mike, we gotta stop saying the N-word, bro.
I know you ain't talking.
I ain't said it since you said it earlier.
Right. Anyway, go ahead.
I think it's viewpoint. I think it's viewpoint.
What you talking about?
Like our view on things, cause they're not that big, much larger than us, right? But they pull in way better views, obviously. But subjectively, they're at a way better place in life than us. Granted, it's because of that movie, but they maximize where they were. I think that's what we have to. That's what we have to do. We have to kind of be as I said be as Zeus and be Lewitt. We have to maximize where we are. Type shit. I think that's our issue. We are always looking elsewhere instead of where we are.
Creators were racking up millions of views just by playing the game. The game skyrocketed into mainstream pop culture, becoming a topic of discussion on late-night television shows, and was infamously referenced by Hillary Clinton during her 2016 presidential campaign.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go,
And it was an election year.
but I'm
Jesus
trying
Christ.
to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
It's safe to say Pokemon Go
I see why you lost. Jesus Christ, I see why you lost.
They're so lame.
That was
They're
bad.
so lame.
That was
They're
bad.
so lame. Why are they running our country, bro?
They was 70.
We need somebody young and radical.
I specifically remember that election and looking them up, and I'm like, damn, these niggas 70? Nigga, it's 10 years later. And this nigga's 80. Running our shit. This is crazy.
was taking over the world, but it wasn't just making headlines for its record-breaking numbers. It was also being linked to real-world accidents, life-altering injuries, and even deaths. Only days after the game's release, 2 men were hospitalized while playing Pokemon Go. They hopped a fence to get access to a Pokemon on the other side, ignoring a sign warning pedestrians of the unstable ground on a nearby cliff, which both men eventually fell down. The players sustained serious injuries, but fortunately survived. Others were not so lucky. A truck driver in Japan hit 2 women while playing Pokemon Go, severely injuring one and killing the other. Players of the game began...
He went away for a long time.
Yeah, no texting.
Find themselves in increasingly dangerous situations as both drivers and pedestrians were getting distracted by the app. And the more people became immersed in the world of Pokemon, they lost touch with the world around them.
Yeah.
Players began disrupting religious services and funerals.
No way.
The Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C. asked people to
way.
stop playing the game inside of their establishment. Players
Ain't no way. I think that's the oversight of the product was it should have been like a because the technology was there. Yeah, there should have been zones where you can't go in. Hell, it should have been low key, just no interior buildings in general. It should have just all been outside for one.
Yeah.
And then it should have had some sort of eventually. I know they weren't gonna think of it out the gate, but eventually should have had some sort of like movement detection because that existed.
They added it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah, they added it. So they added it to where like if you're in a car moving past a certain, you can't.
Yeah. You got walking speed only.
were also being disruptive at the Arlington National Cemetery, causing problems for grieving families and members of the military paying their respects. As you can imagine, after Pokemon Go exploded in popularity, the video game industry became extremely interested in learning more about the developers.
That's
John Hanke of Niantic.
The downside of having a product explode, because the initial data you get, whether it's a product or content or whatever, you get feedback and make those changes, which is why games release betas. Yeah. So they get that immediate, and then when they release it, it's way less of those problems that you can't think about when you're creating something. You gotta get that feedback from the user, like, this is wrong, this is wrong.
That is such a concept that I love that gaming does do that, but it frustrates me that we don't have that ability with physical products, like camera companies, for example, right? They'll give you a camera will be out for over a year, people complaining about the problems, and there's no communication. There's no
I think that's just a matter of the companies not
caring.
Yeah, because a company that really, really cares, they're gonna do the testing with certain people before. They're gonna send it to creators before. It's gonna be a way better product. And then when it drop, they'll also get those immediate. There's probably a camera company out there that does those immediate updates and fixes. Yeah, but there's probably a good number of them.
Nikon, you suck. Jesus. You suck, Nikon. Jesus. Nikon, you're trash. Jesus. We didn't have the ZR for over 300 days. We don't have any real updates. Your communication is freaking lacking. You freaking suck. Do better.
Interviewed in front of a live audience at TechCrunch in San Francisco and seemed like he could not be less interested.
First, and most importantly, what team are you on?
I'm yellow. I'm all about the yellow. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Team Instinct, anyone out there?
Yeah.
Oh, he's open. I'm like, why'd he go quiet? He's opening this shirt.
Team Instinct, there we go. I'm not gonna try and button that back up on stage.
That nigga don't give a damn. He just care about the tech.
He's just a face. Okay.
It's crazy that the creator of the game couldn't even properly answer the question, what team are you? Which refers to one of the 3 factions players can join once they reach level 5.
Mystic Valor, I can't remember.
It's because for him, it was about the original tech being turned into a game. He never intended for it to be Pokemon. It just so happens that somebody that was a fan introduced it to Pokemon. They was like, shit, let's do it. And they collab, which was genius. Yeah. It's just he's on this side and Pokemon's on this side.
Team Valor, which is red, Team Mystic, which is blue, or Team Instinct, which is yellow. He just said the yellow one. The interviewer
which is something he just remembers team. Oh, colors, yellow, the yellow one.
Really a massive Pokemon fan, and Hanke seemed like the total opposite. It was disappointing to players that the most viral game of 2016 surrounding one of the most beloved IPs of all time was being spearheaded by a boring corporate suit. But what
Team Valor, I remember that much.
Was particularly interesting was his insights on working with governments before they launched the game in different countries.
So we're still in the rollout phase of the game.
Do you know what the next rollout country is going to be?
I have a pretty good idea, but it is pending getting things squared away on the government relations side and getting everything prepared. So I can't say right now. It has been interesting that, we didn't really anticipate the level to which it would attract interest from government people and policy people and things like that, but that's become part of the dialogue.
That don't sound good, especially in 2016.
Well, I
Like
can
we understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
But for these are Pokemon gaming fans that are listening to this, because nobody give a fuck that it was previous tech that he happened to turn into. We only knew Pokemon Go. And
I think. Go ahead. Well, because
I was gonna say what do you call it? How the internet felt 10 years ago. It's more mature. The internet has matured now, not the people.
Yeah.
Like the internet users overall are more internet savvy now because we went through phases. But back then, I could see them hearing that as Pokemon fans and being like, "The fuck you mean government? What the government got to?" Hearing it after hearing the background of how everything was built. If that makes sense.
I think I can see that. I think for me, at that time, hearing something like that, because even now, like listening to it, it's like, oh, national security. Like, this is a game where people, like, because of how iffy the world is with national security and how crazy it's gotten now, I could see with something as big as Pokemon and what it uses would require some sort of government intervention. Like, hey, where are you storing this data, XYZ? Like with DJI, like they were like, hey bro, y'all got maps of, it's the same thing.
Yeah, no, I understand that part. I'm just saying,
as the gamer,
I only stopped it because I'm like, ooh, this probably
be bad optics
to the optics of the gamers at this time.
At this point, so we're getting more well versed in those skills.
Now, we don't really know what interests governments had with the game. Now, I'd imagine governments had obvious concerns, like tens of thousands of people gathering in parks, people blindly walking into traffic, etc. But Hanke didn't use the word concerns. He said interests. Another thing to note was that South Korea refused to let Google export its detailed government map data to foreign servers out of fear that it could expose military bases and other sensitive locations to North Korea, which made Pokemon Go nearly impossible to launch across most of South Korea. China also heavily regulates foreign access to geographic data and blocked Google Maps entirely because it considers detailed mapping a matter of national security. In other words, while most players saw Pokemon Go as a harmless mobile game, entire governments were already treating the data underneath it like a potentially dangerous military asset. The question is, did Niantic...
we only saw it from the aspect of like, oh, maps already exist, so it makes sense that you would be able to fucking
Labs know that they were wielding a dangerous military asset.
And not knowing that it was funded by the fucking CIA.
Was this one controversy that came up where iPhone users discovered that signing in through Google gave Niantic full access to their accounts. Per Google's own description, this meant access to both view and modify anything in the account. To many, they believed that this meant unfiltered access to their images, videos, and emails, although it wasn't that simple. Niantic stated that it only had access to the user's IDs and email addresses.
This is also why Google updated, like when you sign in with Google, this prompted the now bar at the bottom saying what actually you're giving access to. It was because of this.
And Google personally verified that no additional information was given to the company. So since Niantic couldn't steal the data just by someone making an account, they had to trick users into giving it up for free. And what resulted was one of the most ambitious geospatial data collection projects ever hidden behind a mobile game. One whose technology would later facilitate devastating military operations. 4 years after the game's release, Niantic introduced an interesting new feature, AR mapping tasks. Pokestops marked by notable landmarks would now offer users rewards if they completed AR scanning prompts. These required players to scan the surrounding area with their phone's camera for about 20 to 30 seconds.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's nuts. Because not only are they, like, they know the location exists, but they like, hey, go scan that. And then they got...
Is that a mosque? That's crazy, yeah.
and then they got hundreds of scans of the same. So
it's different times a day, different hours. Yeah, that is
different.
crazy.
Like, and then that's one person's scan is kind of wonky. They got this other scan
and
that pieces,
and it's so much more accurate than Google Maps. Because I think Google Maps comes out like once a year. They send, or once every few years.
Every couple of years.
They send out. So this would be way more accurate.
They got the full. Think of 20,000 people to scan this building. We know exactly what it. That's crazy.
Where's it been to
Interesting that this feature was
and they got fucking good phones, bad phones, in between phones.
available for children's accounts. From the player's perspective, the feature was relatively harmless. They had already become accustomed to Pokemon Go tracking their location and having access to their cameras. So when Niantic offered free rewards with the promise of game improvements...
Also, this brings me to the fact of, do you realize a lot of services on your phone you can't use if you turn off your location? You can't sign into certain apps. You can't, there's a lot you cannot do
without the location.
And I did not realize that. I was looking at something when we were in Mexico. Like I was trying to look up something. I was trying to look up like the price of a camera, and it kept bringing up Mexican pesos. I'm like, I need US dollars. And when I had used the the VPN, that didn't work. I was like, oh, I'm gonna just cut off my location. I cut off my location. Certain apps just would not work.
Crazy work.
Players were eager to take part. Niantic claimed that the data collected would inform the game's engine to understand the depth and complexity of the real world. This would make for a way more immersive experience, in which virtual objects could seamlessly integrate with the world around them. In hindsight, it seems like an evil genius plan. The man who created Google Earth and worked directly with the CIA and international intelligence organizations was getting people to voluntarily 3D scan the world around them while they think they're just helping Niantic make a better Pokemon game.
On purpose or not, it was some evil genius shit. Okay.
These scans would help develop a much larger technology called Lightship VPS, which stands for Visual Positioning System. The satellite-based technology of GPS was useful, but not optimized for the best augmented reality experience. For example, it might be able to tell you that you're near a statue, but it's typically incapable of understanding where you are relative to the landmark, whether you are behind it or in front of it, if you are 3 feet away or 30 feet away. This information isn't important when...
Is this the same technology that's been recently used in like the Apple Maps, Apple and Google Maps? Because you know if you look at it now, everything's in 3D.
Yeah, they got this definitely helped improve. Yeah.
And getting general directions for a road trip, but when it comes to making accurate drone strikes on enemy base camps without harming innocent civilians, it can make a massive difference. When players scanned a landmark, they recorded more than just a video. It tracked the latitude, longitude, and altitude of the user's device. It also utilized the phone's accelerometer and gyroscope, allowing the system to consider the phone's position and orientation. Considering all of this data, the scans could be used to make reliable inferences about the user's distance from both the landmark itself and the surrounding environment. Every scan submitted was unique, taken at different angles, positions, and distances. Each video was divided into approximately 300 individual images, all of which were pieced together with other scans to create a full 3D digital map of the area. Essentially, Niantic was creating the...
I guarantee you, there's a app right now, and this is now putting shit in perspective. There's an app right now that lets you go into buildings and 3D scan. And you 3D scan, you upload the scan to something like Blender. You upload it to like the cloud. You can download it on your computer. It's so you can do virtual effects, right?
It's the shit that Corridor.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
I genuinely think they're using that for even better and more in-depth location position.
Guess who's back again with Gamer Subs. What's up, Chad? You might be asking how did Kyle McGregor get here? You're asking too many questions. The boys over at InternetCity have teamed up with Gamer Subs. If you go to gamersubs.gg/InternetCity right now, you can get 10% off. I'm talking flavors like raw meat, guacamole, gamer fun. And these two right here, we got the nuclear station and chug juice. You either go, or I'm gonna go with you. Guess who's Back again!
Location positioning systems.
World's largest, most detailed 3D scan of the entire world, and Pokemon Go players were helping for the most innocent intentions.
We sped that shit up.
We're so screwed.
By a long
We're so screwed.
Technology was already gonna progress.
But it's skyrocketed.
When you get something like that, that shit just...
And you know what? That even brings me to Claude, right? Because Claude 5, I don't know if y'all know, the government blocked the usage of Claude 5 for almost, I think it was like 3-4 months, 5 months. It could have even been longer. But Claude released Claude 5, and that mug was hacking like government infrastructures. And they was like, hey bro, cut this off. So they had to put blocks and limitations on it, so it couldn't do that. It's crazy.
VPS could compare the player's live footage against this virtual world to determine the player's exact location, which helped influence where objects and Pokemon would be anchored within the real world. Think about how NPCs in Grand Theft Auto sometimes mindlessly walk around with no intention or logic applied to them. Pokemon Go was similar initially, but with this new technology, the Pokemon could now be programmed to interact with their surroundings. Instead of being mindlessly placed on the ground, they would be able to hide behind the landmarks or even climb on top of them. Put simply, the goal of this technology was to make a near perfect replica of the world the way that humans would experience it, so that the Pokemon in the game could literally
we're screwed.
That's an excuse.
We're screwed. We're screwed. We're screwed. We're screwed. We're screwed.
And
meta glasses. We're screwed. We're so screwed. We're so screwed. I'm not using them anymore.
You gotta see, fool. Turn them off. They off, ain't they?
Nah, these mugs, I can't. I literally cannot use these anymore.
Jeez Louise. And they can still play Pokemon Go too.
Yeah, but like now this puts in perspective, these are literally cameras on my face that at all time is sending audio because it's always listening for hey meta. Yo, yeah, these are crazy.
Interact with the world the same way a human might, and players were willing to sacrifice 30 seconds of their day if it meant free rewards and a better experience down the line. And by November of 2022, Niantic revealed that they had developed more than 120,000 digital maps of various locations throughout the globe. But technology this powerful would be wasted if it were only used for Pokemon Go. Niantic understood this deeply. While they stated their goal was always to give people tools to become 21st century explorers, it felt like they were leaving a massive opportunity on the table. But VPS also had a major limitation. The system was only able to recognize information it had already been given. If a landmark had only been scanned from the front, the model would not be as effective when used from behind. And if it had received no prior information on a landmark, there was nothing the model could work with to provide an immersive experience. They had now gathered enough data for 1 million different waypoint locations to have full VPS integration. But there were still millions of locations that had not been fully scanned. Niantic sought to fix this issue with their large geospatial model announced in 2024. The goal was to take all of the combined data they had collected and use AI to make inferred guesses about...
Oh no!
Bro, did you hear the year?
Yes, I was thinking that too.
I don't know if y'all caught that. Listen to the year, y'all.
To take all of the... There were still millions of locations that had not been fully scanned. Niantic sought to fix this issue with their large geospatial model announced in 2024. The goal was to take all of the combined...
Bro, let me explain something. Up until last year, the consumer version of AI was dog shit. So in 2024, if they're like, we're going to use AI, a program that we all viewed as, we were like, AI is useless. Up until last year, we're like, this shit's useless. It's cool in theory, but it's useless.
They was already using it for this
and they was using it.
That's what we was saying it. I remember us saying it.
Yeah.
Like if we got this, they got that.
Yeah.
And they had that.
Yeah.
I forgot about them using AI to fucking enhance the shit. They already got real scans. Yeah. And then now they can take
the partials. A little bit more.
They can take the real ones and enhance it more. And they can take the partial ones and enhance it fully.
The real ones, Google Maps, AI. That's all you need. That's all you need.
They had collected and use AI to make inferred guesses
and then
about...
you gotta remember about the fucking... There's probably fucking Pokemon Go influenced products.
Yep.
that's also supplying data.
And you also got to remember, there's also third-party cameras, data centers, all types of stuff like that. That all in one.
This shit crazy.
We're cooked.
This shit crazy. We cook like mother.
Partially unscanned locations. Niantic uses a church as an example. If players had only scanned the front of a particular church, the VPS technology might be unable to recognize footage taken from behind, but the large geospatial model could infer based on thousands of other churches that had been fully scanned and make an educated prediction about what the back of that specific church would actually look like. Humans have the ability to do this naturally. We are capable of applying our personal lived experience to make inferences about our environment. If I showed you the front of a house, you could probably make a pretty good guess about what the back of it looks like. You might not get every detail right, but you'd expect windows in roughly the same places, a back door, maybe an AC unit, a fence, or a patio. Your brain does not know that specific house. It's recognizing patterns from thousands of houses you've seen before. Niantic wanted AI to learn that same instinct, but with near perfect precision. And only months after announcing their large geospatial model, Niantic made the shocking decision to sell Pokemon Go. While Scopely Incorporated acquired the rights to Niantic's catalog of games for $3.5 billion,
I'm gonna be honest here.
Niantic
9 years after the game, they sold them bitches
3.5
for $3.5 billion.
We gotta figure something out.
9 years. It's like a Fortnite. Once the peak is so high, you're gonna have that continued success in the background. When even though the casuals or the people that just hopped in for a second ain't paying attention,
it's still gonna be worse.
Well, not the casuals. The new people that's not paying attention after the peak, it's just, oh, whatever. But all the diehards and the casuals just carrying the shit.
Yeah, the core and the casual.
Yeah.
Acquired the rights to Niantic's catalog of games for $3.5 billion, Niantic retained all of the data, research, and technology they had been developing over the last decade, which includes their VPS and geospatial models. In other words, they kept their most valuable IP, sold the rest of their got the data, and were ready to move on, leaving Pokemon in the dust, which to some makes it seem like they never cared about Pokemon in the first place, and it was all a part of a bigger operation.
They didn't!
Yeah.
It was just a good idea once the nigga was like, I can introduce this to Nintendo. Yeah, show this to them niggas. Yeah, show that. And then it was a beautiful marriage. They never cared. Yeah, they wanted to make a game. It just turned out that they got access to Pokemon of all things.
Yeah. The company shifted its focus away from video game development and under the leadership of John Hanke began working on Niantic Spatial. The company made it clear this technology had far more potential than improving augmented reality experiences. It had the ability to help both humans and machines to understand the world and navigate it. Instead of figuring out where to spawn Pokemon, the technology could be used to train a robot or AI-powered vehicles to determine their locations without the use of GPS. Like, you know how outside of your town, you don't really know where you're going or where you are, but thankfully you have access to GPS on your phone. Well, they're working on a technology for machines, robots, or vehicles that would essentially install a perfect one-to-one understanding of the entire world. So you could theoretically place it anywhere and it'll know exactly where it is and exactly how to get where it needs to go in the fastest way possible. And initially, this tool was being marketed as something that could enhance manufacturing, warehousing, logistics, construction, tourism, entertainment, and education. Like a warehouse worker.
It can, but it's also dangerous for the niggas that got worse ideas. Not worse as in bad ideas, but like evil. Heinous. Because one thing about humans, they gonna do some WAR. That's always and forever.
Could use the VPS technology to navigate the facility and streamline the process of conducting inventory management instead of just...
Or they're going to be like, robots over machines over humans. You fucking idiot. Oh, man. Jesus Christ.
Like,
the fact that somebody can be a living, breathing thing that invents things for a living, right? And you could go, yeah, I'm for machine over humans, nigga. I'm for Yeah, nigga. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you gonna sell your shit to me?
walking around the building and understanding where things are and where they need to go. But Niantic was also getting involved in areas that most might not have expected.
Military.
This became clear when Niantic Spatial announced it was teaming up with a company called Vanter in December of 2025. While Niantic had its roots in the gaming industry, Vanter had always been a part of the intelligence and defense sectors. They are best known for creating mapping systems used by military.
This is nuts. This is nuts.
25. While Niantic had its roots in the gaming industry, Vanter
Mavic 3. Mavic 3. They got the
drone
DJI
down there.
drone.
had always been a part of the intelligence and defense sectors. They are best known for creating mapping systems used by military commanders and soldiers to analyze the battlefield and coordinate. This partnership may seem bizarre on the surface, but it was actually a perfect match. Vanter had developed a visual positioning system called Raptor. Similar to VPS, Raptor was capable of determining its location by analyzing its environment and making inferences. When a drone became disconnected from GPS signal, it could utilize Raptor to assess the roads, buildings, and hills to figure out its position relative to Vanter's own personal map. However, the technology was relatively limited as it gathered data from airborne drone footage.
Until they got it with this shit.
I ain't gonna lie, be so real.
God.
If the world ends, we are so cooked. If the bad dude, the bad dude, you know what I'm saying? The bad dude from the big book come in our lifetime, oh, we're done. GG's.
Meaning its pool of data was limited to the sky. This is where the partnership really starts to make sense. VPS system did everything Raptor did, but on the ground floor. Specifically, it gave the same tools to both troops on the ground as well as
monitoring ground and air.
AI-controlled robots and vehicles. With Vanter in the sky and Niantic on
Oh my God.
And we gave it to them. We gave them what they was missing.
Bro, and the craziest part,
We just said, here you go, massa.
all these AI-powered cars, bro.
That shit
Oh,
is so dystopian when you start seeing, like, go downtown of the closest big city.
It's weird.
That's like-
it's like it feels like we in the end for real.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's
Like you go down, like, okay, Houston, for example. I don't really see them out here. Like, you might see one or, but like, nigga, we went to Austin and we was like, oh, there go one of them cars. Like, ha, ha, ha. Oh, there go another one of them. There go another one of them. There go another one of them. Wait a fucking minute. Why is 25% of the cars on this fucking road?
Bro, it's and the craziest part, the rollout of the cars was so insane. Patrick, that's your next video. Who made the company?
Which company?
That company we talking about.
Was it Waymo that we?
Yeah, who made Waymo? That is your next video. Because you got to think about it. The Waymo rollout was insane. When they rolled out Waymo, it wasn't just like, oh, a slow build up, da. When they rolled out Waymo, think about the ads you saw. The ads you saw was athletes.
Well, I wasn't really in that. You know, I wasn't tapped into that market.
Well,
so I personally didn't see it.
The people who did see it, people who were on social media, just scrolling TikTok, Instagram, you would see the basketball players, the rappers, the musicians. They did the regular marketing shit of all famous people. Oh, my Waymo's here.
Oh, they're one of those.
Not only did they do that big push, every city that Waymo launched in, they launched with fleets, bro.
Yeah.
25 to over 200 cars a city. Yeah. Like that marketing push,
Like,
that's
who
not
the fuck got this money to do?
Exactly. That's not a marketing push a regular company should have. Think about that.
I mean, they funded.
But whole funded.
Yeah.
What is the... Fuck it, I'm doing it, bro. Fuck what you talking about?
Ground, the two companies hope to create a shared digital map that can be used by drones, vehicles, and people with or without the use of GPS to stay connected. Was Niantic developing weapons or making decisions in regards to active combat? No, but they were playing a role that is arguably just as important. They were helping AI-powered drones understand where they were and help them stay coordinated with personnel on the ground. Technology originally marketed as a way to make your Pokemon catching experience.
You one code ninja, bro. You one code ninja.
The tie-in,
boy.
One code.
Experience more immersive was now helping drones, vehicles, and soldiers coordinate on the battlefield. Niantic has continued to become a more prominent part of the defense sector. Recently,
Why you think they sending them bitches from country to country?
Bro, come on, bro.
God,
The visual positioning system received awardable status through a federal marketplace, Tradewin Solutions, meaning that government agencies were able to negotiate deals and purchase the technology for their own use. And taking a look at Niantic Spatial's website, they appear to have struck deals with the United States Coast Guard and the Air Force. So this isn't some kind of crazy conspiracy theory. The data they gathered through Pokemon Go was used to develop mapping technology that is literally being used by the military. I'm not sure how many Pokemon Go players who agreed to participate in AR scanning would have done so knowing that this was going to be used for the military, which is why now tons of players feel like they were straight up lied to. When Niantic first introduced the AR scanning feature, the company was transparent about their intentions to an extent. It told players that these scans would be used to create a better gaming experience, and while they did make
they
lied about mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't lie. They used it to improve the game and then just sold that shit.
Yeah.
Which is, oh, God.
Make it clear that this data would be used in apps outside of Pokemon Go. I'm not sure if anyone expected military defense applications, which is why it seems as though this was always the purpose of creating this technology.
Let's be honest.
Weapons was
a diehard could have heard that and they were still gonna scan that motherfucker. Let's be completely honest.
And diehards hear this and still playing the game. They don't care.
Exactly. They like, that's like some of these people that get canceled online.
Yeah.
The diehards is still like, let's take a Logan Paul for example. I was a fan, but it's certain shit I would hear, it's like dropping my level of engagement. Like I wasn't like a commenter or nothing like crazy like that, but well, it's not crazy, but it would like drop my level of, I gotta wean off, and then it get to a point where I'm like, fuck that. But they got some Logan Paulers that's out there still to this day. The forest was a mistake. Okay.
Hey, I'll be honest.
The distance of it. Okay. And it's an excuse for every single
I ain't gonna lie.
thing.
I ain't gonna lie. Mike was right there as a maverick. He had merch. But
that don't.
But look, Mike was a maverick, okay? But he wasn't the dudes that got the tattoo. Yeah. And he's right though, that there are some people that regardless of how right or wrong they are, people are some fucking cupcake man. People are still supporting.
James Charles.
Bussy.
Yeah. It's still people that are watching.
Coming out like, yo, this guy's terrible.
Yeah. It's like, how much do you need to hear before you kick this fucking habit, this person out your life? So it's the same with fucking Pokemon. It don't matter what you tell them.
They would have did it anyway.
Think about it, Niantic was never really a game developer. They have always been a mapping company. Think about their origins. John Hanke's first business, Keyhole, had direct ties to the CIA, and he later went on to work a high-value job in Google's Geo division. He always has been aware of the massive price tag governments are willing to place on data, and with Pokemon Go, Niantic had access to information that wasn't available anywhere else. Pokemon Go was meant to be a family-friendly experience. It drew players in with the promise of getting to be fully immersed into a core part of their childhood in a way they never could before. It was also a defining part of many of Gen Z's childhoods. But the dark reality is that if Pokemon Go proved anything, it's that you were never actually playing a game. The game was playing you. And if discovering the deeper, suspicious intentions behind game developers is your favorite type of content, check out the video I made on the game Skate.
That's crazy, bro.
Hey, Patrick CC the GOAT. If y'all want to check out more of him, like the video, let us know in the comments. Sub to the channel. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.